Okay guys, so the last step for your animation is hopefully you have all your letter, have them animated the way you want it, but there, if you wanted to loop it, how can you potentially, if you want to like reverse it or make the letter kind of show in different timing, how can you do that? So this is the last step to show you a function called time remapping. Okay, so with your animation that you have over here, so first thing, I think have every letter start at the same time is, again, not that interesting. So I will kind of offset them a little bit so they can start in a little different timing, make it looks a little more interesting. So you can see now they have a different starting point. Okay, but there they just play once. I'll show you a method how you can make it loop back to the beginning, so to create that reverse effect. Okay, so to do that, I will show you how to add, it's called time remapping, it's what you need. So select the layer you want to apply the effect. I'll actually select all of them at once, so I don't have to do them 4 times. So right click on the layer, find time, under time remapping. Okay. By using the time remapping function, it will create this time remapping keyframes. So we haven't changed any keyframes yet. So that's why when you add the time remapping, nothing happened. We have to add a keyframe, make it reverse back. Okay, so let's begin with the keyframe for the letter S. So the animation finished around in like about a second. Okay, yeah, it's about a second. So you can let's add a new keyframe. So that's where it ended. Okay. So next, I actually want the SVAD like stay in like this term for a little bit before it loop back. So to do that, I think I will let the S continue staying here around like the 2-second period. So I'll add another keyframe. So in this part, you can see the S will extend and stay on the way it is. Okay, now I'll copy the first keyframe, which we have where it begins. And we can simply create that loop by paste that first keyframe we just copied. Okay, so cool. See what happened here? It's a very easily set up. We just have the S played, and it will stay with all new movement, and then we'll loop back after from 2 seconds to about 3 seconds. So this is the first letter. So it's pretty much same with the other letter. So V, the same thing. Okay, so the animation ended like about this point. We add a keyframe, and then we can see where I want V to stay, maybe like about here. Okay, and then I'll add a keyframe and copy the first keyframe we had and paste it. Okay, so you can see now V will also stay and then reverse back with the letter S. Okay, so same with the A, do the same thing. We copy the first one, we paste it in the end, and actually before we paste it, we have to find the end point where A stopped with the animation. Okay, and then we can also just copy the middle one and then Command C was the beginning one and paste it in the end. Okay, and last we have our animate D. We'll find where D finishes animation about this point, and then stay a little bit until, okay, A actually is the one. Okay, so D, make it stop maybe here. Okay, and then it will, let's copy the first one and then paste it in the end. Okay, so now you can see your animation will actually loop, and it will like reverse back in a much faster fashion. Okay, we actually want it like kind of like loop right back because we have a keyframe back there down in the end. So let's remove that so it won't like loop right back. Okay, so find the endpoint. Okay, and then we have to move it back with a little offset. Okay, so it should act a little more normal right now. Okay, so it will play, and then it will hold, and then I'll loop right back. Okay. Cool, and then you can see because the letter, they stop, but you can see because I have the keyframe is much closer to the end, so it actually is nice because it will play slowly, but when it reaches the end, it will like disappear much quicker. Okay, so I feel it's a little too fast, so I'll like modify the animation so it will do it slightly slower, but definitely faster than when it's revealed. And then it kind of like quickly disappear. Okay, so yeah, pretty easy, and I think our animation is pretty good. It will have a little bit like a blank for about like a second, which is okay. I think it feels like pretty smooth overall. Okay, so this is how you can use time remapping to loop and maybe change the timing of your animation in this fashion.